by my co-host. Welcome back, Kano G100 from your trip. Hope you're doing okay. We're gonna get to that in just a minute. Let's get through this introduction real quick. This show is brought to you by Ninja Alerts, who just launched their Ordinals tracker recently in the last few weeks. Currently rolling out that top 300 ninjas. They've been looking so good. We actually have the artist tonight on the show, Boozy. We're going to talk about the art, kind of the thought process behind it, look at some of the selections for the customized PFPs and all of that. We're also going to start off talking with some light-hearted topics like orange pilling. Gordon Goner, co-founder of Hugo Labs. He just went on a multi-million-dollar NFT spending spree. So we're trying to get him to buy some Ordinals, and he's already talked about it a little bit. And we're going to look at that in just a minute. But before we do that, I'm joined by some awesome guests. And as always, we work really hard on this next section. We hire some ghostwriters to be able to do it for us. So this section is called What's Up? So everybody, we'll start off with Johan. What is up?
I can't sleep. All this mempool stuff going on the chain. It's just like I wake up in the middle of the night to check to see if it's still over 100. Like, what's going on? Did my art get inscribed that I put in like the day before it went big? Yeah. So that's what's up, man. Between that and then Crypto Slam, there's just a lot of stuff going on there. Been trying to get the tracking back up, and the day after we got it back up, it made some big news. So
update us when you say the mempool. Everybody watching the show might not be super active. Like, what's it doing right now?
I didn't, honestly. I looked at it this morning. I saw it like over 192 or something. I'm like, I'm checking out. I'm not even looking at it for the rest of the day. I literally had something inscribing for two V bytes or whatever, and it's like the day after all of this stuff kicked off with the BRCs and the PFP projects associated with them. So I probably have to wait till 2025 to get that art on.
Oof. Yeah, during the show last night, Billy was talking about I think it was for the project Spartacus. At the current SAT rates, it would cost around $3 million to inscribe the remaining project. It's like, man, that's wild.
Yeah, I did not expect to kick it off this hard for sure. So it's introducing some very interesting economics that's happening on now with the arbitrage people are doing between trading BRCs and minting them. It's interesting.
Heck yeah, man. So we'll do some of that breakdown later. We have some show notes on here about talking about the mempool specifically, and then counting BRC20s as volume and some other stuff. Let's talk a little bit with the artist real quick. What is up, Boozy?
What is up, guys? I am currently making myself a michelada. This is an honorary michelada for being on the show with you guys today. So I got the good stuff. Normally, that's
a chelada for me, right? That's what that means.
I got the Corona Light. I got the V8 today. I got the Worcestershire sauce. I'm going in today. Bitcoin's up high, so it's a good day to splurge a little bit. Yeah, man, the mempool. It's like over like 250 when I looked earlier today, and like, I'm just saying, just keep waiting for it to come back down. We at Counterfeit Culture, we've got art to inscribe, and it's just like simply unaffordable, and it's like, it's all in the back of our mind. Like, is this the bottom? Like, is this like life now? Is this just how it's going to be? So we shall see. I do pray that it comes back down, but this is a good time though for us artists to put your head back down, get back to drawing, get back to creating the art, let things kind of cool off, let the BRC people have their fun and do the degen thing and just work on the back end. So when the fees do come back down, I think about this now a lot ever since this is the second time I've really, tried to inscribe or wanted to inscribe while the fees are going crazy. It's like when the fees are low, like take advantage. We should probably try to have as much work ready as possible. So when those fees come down, just get it all on chain. So that's it. Yeah. Put my head down, working on some counterfeit stuff, getting through the ninjas. We're doing the custom ninjas right now, which is a lot of fun. It's been really cool connecting with the community and getting their feedback and making the 4 selections for each of the individuals to choose from. It's been a good time. Been a lot of fun.
Like, yeah, man. Yeah, I remember and I know Ken has his fair share too. By the way, if you're watching this on Twitter, we do see your comments. If you're on the space right now, you just have to like look at on the space. Also, your comments get directly shifted through on YouTube. We're also live on YouTube on the Ninja Alerts YouTube. Check us out there if you want to like your comment to be shown on screen. We'll be able to see it easier. But yeah, I remember like during the last bull run, like Ethereum was like so clogged. Anytime I wanted to do a transaction, it would be like over $100 USD. I don't remember the actual like Ethereum, amount that was, but I kind of took it for granted. I told myself like, oh, well, I just need to take advantage when fees are lower. And then I just forget about all that small stuff. Like, oh, I should probably swap over, swap that from that, or I should probably send this here. You forget to do all that stuff. And then it's kind of like all clogged up. And now you're like, oh, dang, it cost me a lot of money just to do like little things, and kind of also makes you run to layer twos.
What were you doing, Chris? Give us more details, bro. What were you doing? What were you trying to move?
Bro, I mean, I haven't really tried right now, but even right now, it's like Bitcoin's experiencing like a, large pump. Of course, I'm not selling off any Bitcoin, but like with Ethereum, like I have like DGen Ethereum right now. So like, I don't know how fees are, but like I wouldn't mind getting into some meme coins, just see if I could get some rallies in there. And just like, again, I don't know what the current fees are, but like, if it costs me $100 just to swap a little bit of ETH into this like meme coin, then it's like, all right, well, I'm already $100 in the negative immediately. So unless you're playing with big money, it's kind of like you're starting out off at a huge deficit. So you just got to be thinking about that stuff instead of if I would have just tried the same play and just held like a month ago, it'd have been a lot easier. Which again, it's just stuff you kind of get lazy with and you don't think about, east here, east there. But anyway, back to you, Ken. You just got back. I don't know. It's public where you went, but
back to me. How'd
your vacation?
Hold on. Let me give an air horn for myself since Chris doesn't want to be a gracious host. Air horn for myself. Let me give myself another one, by the way. Another air horn. Yeah, so I'm back, Chris. I just came back from vacation. I was in Miami. I got the sniffles now because it's cold out here, bro. I drove past your South Carolina, right, Chris?
No, I'm in Louisiana, man. I'm like the boot of the US. Damn. Yeah, man. Where all the good
South Carolina.
All the good food just like held hostage.
Yeah, so I've been off from the whole crypto talk, just enjoying the weather, bro. I want to go back, man. To be honest with you, I want to go right back to Miami. But
what'd you like about Miami, Ken?
The weather, bro, is like 85, tropical. Then I come back here. I'm sneezing, bro. I've been sneezing. My nose is bleeding from how much I'm sneezing out here. It's so cold. I need that warm weather, bro.
So you went to Miami Beach?
Yeah.
Right before Art Basel? You didn't just want to wait a few months? Or wait like 1 month?
No. I go on my time, Chris.
Oh,
what do you mean?
I guess you got to.
There's a lot of stuff happening at Art Basel. Boozy, are you going to Art Basel?
Oh yeah. I live in South Florida, so I'm like 45 minutes away from Miami, so I'll definitely be there.
Are you gonna dox at Art Basel? You gonna tell people who you are?
Yeah. I mean, I did last year. I doxed it. I doxed it.
You were there last year?
Yeah. I was there last year.
You didn't want to talk to me and Ken. You didn't want to say.
You know what? I
word. He skipped that one. We was at the main event too.
Bro, we were all over the place.
I showed up to the Gamma event last year, and I think I met Billy.
We were there. I was at the Gamma event.
If there was a person you were like, man, that guy's pretty drunk. Him and his girl are drunk. That was me.
That was everybody.
Everybody was drunk, bro.
Except for Chris. Chris was sober the whole time.
No,
yeah, I know.
I don't mind doxing IRL events, but I appreciate. I don't have anything to hide, but I appreciate the mystery behind artists and characters in Web3 being undoxed. But at IRL events, I'm happy to talk to people, show my face. I don't hide anything, but I like the lore of undoxed people in Web3. It's kind of fun for me.
Well, if I do make it out there, I plan on shooting some content. So do I have to put like a ninja over your face? No,
you're good. You're good.
Okay. Keep that in mind. If we go there.
Yeah, that point about the lore, like I was in Amsterdam, and the OMB founder, what's his name again? I really should know this.
ZK Shark.
Shark ZK.
Yeah, I love the way he just kind of just covers his face. Yeah, like, I'm sure at dinners and stuff, people know what he looks like, but on stage he puts that on, and I agree. The lore it's intriguing. It makes me very kind of curious. I just want to go up there and rip it off, but like
It's
I'd
just
probably
cool.
get a karate kick.
You have to really commit to not being doxxed to not be doxxed. Like I'm at the point of no return, pretty much. Like I would have to really like wipe clean to like create like this doxed or this undoxed account. But I think ZK probably did it the proper way. Like most people can be dug up. He probably can be dug up too. But yeah, you got to go to extremes to like not let people know who you are.
Yeah, especially in real life events. So
yeah, for real. Especially if you want to be like recognized as like a thought leader or as like a speaker or whatever, because like is somebody going to see you like slip and like take the hoodie off for a second or something? I don't know. Speaking of IRL events, the Ape Fest in Hong Kong just took place. That was the the place everybody got blind at. But we're not going to talk about that.
They got what, Chris? What happened?
You didn't hear about that?
Nah. Tell me more, please.
Bro, they got like they went to Hong Kong and there's like this big stage, I guess, with a bunch of like really bright lights, and actually caused like eye damage to like some of like the Bored Ape holders. And
Really?
yeah, and
temporary eye damage.
Oh, is it temporary?
Yeah.
Okay, what's it called? It's like it's got a medical term for it.
I have no idea, but I think somebody said it felt like there was water or glass in their eye or something like that.
It's a big difference, water or glass.
Yeah, I meant like not the physical glass.
That's a very big difference.
Not the physical glass, like glass, in front of your eye.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But anyways, the co-founder, we're trying to orange pill him right now, and kind of want to pull that up just for a second. Is Gordon Goner, and so he went on over a $1.6 million buying spree. It's probably closer to $2 million now. And so this is Gordon Goner. He just recently bought some Okaverse and some World of Women. But while we're bringing him up, is he actually quote tweeted Yudi, who is the founder or the co-founder of Taproot Wizards. I'm trying to find the message. Did I skip over it already? I don't see it. I just had to pull it up.
Did he buy anything cool or what? Like what was the biggest purchase he made?
He bought a punk for like $1 million. So it was an alien punk. Yeah, so that was the biggest purchase he made.
Damn, that's how he feels?
By a landslide, bro. So we're trying to, get him to buy Ninja. I'll get to that in a second. But Yudi was like, or Taproot was basically like, took a picture of or took one of his pictures and told people to edit him taking a shower because that's like Yudi's thing. He wants everybody to be clean and stuff. So a lot of people did that. And he actually quote tweeted it. And he said he missed the whole Ordinals thing and needs to educate himself, which is ironic, being they dropped a collection on Ordinals. But he said that Taproot now has the second spot to 12-fold, which is, Yudi's project. So basically he's like paying attention to it. So now Trevor is pulling in the ninjas as backup because we want to be that third project. He said, attention ninjas, present and future. Don't let evil Yudi, who broke Bitcoin, win this one. Photoshop Gordon Goner on the right, co-founder of Hugo, eating a pizza in a ninja costume in the photo with Jan on the left. So we already have some little golden nuggets here.
He called people Jan?
Yeah, he called people Jan. Somebody got him confused at Bitcoin Amsterdam, because they look just alike. This one actually features my coffee.
I don't think they look just alike, Chris. Have you seen Jan?
Yeah, have you seen him in person, bro? That dude's big.
No, I've seen photos of him. He's all right, let's pause on that one, bro.
It surprised me so much because his PFP was a moonbird, and I just expect if your PFP is a moonbird, you're going to be a small person, but that's not how it works, man. Like apparently, you're not defined by your PFP.
He works out every day too. He makes a mission of it.
He does.
Yeah, we got to get him on this show.
We got a couple of.
There goes Jan.
Yeah, as I say, we got a couple of bangers in here, man. From this. That were edited pretty quickly. This one kind of grosses me out.
Yeah.
Oh, we got somebody in chat. Oh, we got Trevor in chat. Don't fade. Where is it at? This is like so small for me. Don't fade Ken because the hair is looking fresh. All right, we're going. I think there's a couple more. Just over it.
All right, the ninjas are getting weird, bro.
All right. We get the point.
Ninjas again.
We're trying to get on. We're trying to get on Gordon Goner's radar, So speaking of ninjas, even some people in the comments are like, "Wait, what?" I see. I think it's Pat and it's hard to see right now. But speaking of ninjas, Boozy, while you're up here, we'll do like a more official interview, and I'll go ahead and drop some alpha. We got a huge interview that we've been working on behind the scenes, dropping later, but we're not going to preview that right now. But kind of want to get into your head a little bit, man. Not too deep into the process because like we want to save that for the video. But like, yeah, let's kind of like layer this. One, just kind of like what went into the art and the generative traits of the ninjas. And then like I specifically want to know what's going on right now because we have a lot of excited new ninjas, PFPs. Like also after that question, let's kind of dive into what went into selecting these traits for these people. Like what's the process look like? Obviously with only revealing with what you're, feel comfortable revealing or what Trevor might be comfortable revealing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's about what Trevor is comfortable revealing. So I'll be careful not to say too much. I'll closely watch my Discord DM with him, make sure I don't overshare here.
Yeah, man, you can't tell everybody about like our super top secret process where we send these images in to the government first to match the identities of the holder.
Exactly. Facial recognition.
Watch your mouth, Chris.
The process has been a lot of fun, like I said earlier, and this has been one of the most interesting PFP projects I've ever worked on. I've worked on quite a few PFP projects, over the last few years, typically smaller collections, just because I really enjoy PFP collection. I'm a huge PFP person. I know for a minute there we were trying to say PFPs are dead, and I strongly disagree. PFPs are alive now more than ever, and I think they'll continue to grow in popularity as more of the world goes online and Web3 continues to expand into Web 3.5 or Web 4 or whatever. So huge PFP fan. So it was an honor to work on this collection. I was thrilled when Trevor reached out to me. It's been interesting though and challenging because we have this goal. Well, Trevor initially kind of brought this goal to my attention of how to approach it, and it has to be as simple as possible. And as you can see from like the design white paper that is put together, that's a big part of what went into this thought process, is making these ninjas so simple and as little detail as possible so that they work at a very small image size when reviewing them specifically on Twitter and even more specifically on Twitter Spaces. And that's one thing that I think I really admire about Trevor's attention to detail on these, is that he will individually look at and review every single trait that I create and I send his way to look at. And we'll throw some examples on different ninjas so we can kind of see how it looks. And I mean, he goes as far as looking at these and mocking them up as to what they would look like on Twitter Spaces. And there's right there. You can see how it looks. So it's not like we're throwing this collection together and it's just like it looks how it looks. It's a matter of how does it look on Twitter Spaces? How does it look on an iPhone? How does it look on an Android? How does it look on your desktop? How does it look on a Mac? How does it look on Windows? How does it look when you print it out? I mean, how does it look in every possible way you're going to see this PFP? And that's what's so interesting about it, and what has been challenging and fun to me is I've never really thought that deep into it until Trevor brought it to my attention. If it looked good on your phone, looked good on your computer, I was like, hell yeah, this is great. I love the color palette. I love how it looks. Let's send it. So now I'm taking that thought process with me to everything I do, is how does it look on every single possible viewing device that I can think of? So that's kind of the goal, keep it as simple as possible. But then we have to then lean into the variations and do different traits and do a lot of different colors within a very strict color palette that was developed in part by or mostly by Max, the co-founder of Ninja Alerts, who had sent me these color codes he wanted to work with, and then the Paler tool that he provided to help us kind of mathematically put all this together when it comes to the colors. So there's just been so much that goes into it. But it all boils down again to the primary thing here is how does it look when you're on Spaces? How does it look when you're on something like this, like a live stream? You can see my PFP right now. How does it look right there? It has to look good there. So that's the thought process that went into this. And we just continue to expand on that little by little. Like I said, throwing a number of traits Trevor's way to get his approval and get him to help mock them up and see what it looks like across many different ninjas and many different viewing devices. So now we take it a step further, is that we're creating these custom ninjas for the top 300. So we'll have this questionnaire in a very interactive, fun way that's put together that'll ask them questions about what they look like or what they look for in a ninja.
Hold on. Nah, we can't. Can't talk about that. Nah. We gotta. It's a secret sauce going on in the background.
Reading Trevor's. Okay, that's internal. That's probably some spoiler stuff there.
Yeah. We can't talk about that.
Good catch, Ken. Good catch.
Yeah, right. The result gives us some information to work with. So we do then present to each collector 4 options that they can review and see what they like based on their requests. So that's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun kind of going through their Twitter accounts. I mean, there's a team of us now. So shout out to everyone on that team helping curate these, because it is quite a process. It's not something we can just quickly do. I mean, we're looking at every single person's Twitter individually, kind of scrolling through it, getting familiar with who they are, what their aesthetic might look like, what they might like in a PFP, looking at the PFP that they're currently using, looking at things they're reposting, and then ultimately, of course, looking at their pizza video. That's a big part of it, right? So we take all that information and then we curate these ninjas and slap them all together with the different traits and the different colors based on what we think they would like. Present them those options, they get to pick, and then there's their new ninja. They're in the dojo. So it's been a hell of a process. It's like, as far as I know, there's no process like this in the space that we operate in, this Web3, PFP, quote unquote, NFT space. There's nothing like it. It's very interactive. And I've never had an opportunity to kind of pick the PFP that I want before minting it. That's pretty cool. I mean, gone are the ways now, right? Of you blind mint and you kind of cross your fingers and hope you get a grail. I mean, at this point, everyone in the top 300 is effectively getting a grail, and they can all feel really good about the one they select. I mean, the entire collection is honestly full of grails. They're all so good, and they're all so cool and just so much fun. I mean, look at this. Like even the use of these dark colors, the blacks and the grays.
Rock.
It's so cool. So it's been a lot of fun, and I really think the feedback has been great from the community and the people we've talked to. It's been something that I really I'm going to be kind of sad when it's over, and I don't get to do this anymore. And it's just
it'll never be over, bro.
There we go. That's what I'm hoping, is that build out the dojo. But no, it's been a hell of a process. I love it.
Bro, I've never even seen the glasses trait. I think it's like my first time seeing that trait.
Yeah, there's some traits I haven't seen.
You need a blue pair, bro. That'll make you stick out.
Right. Remember the last show? I had the yellow ones. You don't remember the yellow ones, do you, Chris?
No, I don't remember those.
I had the yellow one. We did this show for like a year. I had yellow glasses, bro. Every single episode. We were doing 4 shows per week.
Bro,
I had yellow glasses the whole time.
Blue glasses, man. It's all good.
Oh, man. I wanted to ask Johan, you have your ninja, right? Like, did you select your own, or what was that process like?
It was great. Got 4 to select from, and yeah, I like 2 of them. So we went through that, and yeah, I don't know if you can pull mine up there, but it's been I got mine I think last week.
Hold on, I'll send that to you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm very happy with mine. I had an in real life PFP that I've been using just because I'm in my role is just partnerships and sales and stuff, and it's like I can't introduce myself as a PFP most of the time, but when I meet people in real life and on calls, but
what kind of roles and partnerships? I forgot. Which company are you with?
I'm Crypto Slam.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so I'm always like interfacing with all the chains and things like that. So, but yeah, I'm happy to rock this one. I'm really am. Yeah, dude,
that's awesome. I love like the invisible trait. We really worked, like I say we, like obviously Boozy did it, but like trying to like get this right. Man, there's such a process behind. Oh, you guys aren't even looking at my screen. Why did I not share my screen? Here, let me share this tab.
Chris tripping.
Yeah.
You were saying all that shit, Chris. We ain't hear none of that.
Yeah, I love this one so much. I mean, this is one where I got to really shout out those that are helping curate this process. I mean, we got Swayze, we got the artist, we got Madden Burlesque, we got Cover, we got Brett in there helping. You got a number of people that are really doing, and they're putting combinations together that I wouldn't have thought of, which is what's so cool about the way we're doing this. So as they'll kind of share what they're going to share with the the collectors, like this one came across this Spirit Ninja here, and we didn't have this trait set originally in the collection. So one of those curating took it upon themselves to kind of put a twist on it, and they revised an existing, we call this the Monomi head, and they revised it to make it Spirit. And I saw it after you got it, Johan, and I was like, whoa, that is so cool. Like I didn't even think of that. We did the other type ninja though, called the classic Ninja Alerts Ninja. But this one, like I didn't even consider to do this. And someone else just thought, hey, let's make it happen. So even I am being surprised at this point with some of the color variations that are coming out of this. It's so cool.
I'm really devoted to that orange now. So it's like I got to find out what that color code is.
Oh, I'm gonna DM you the color code. It's there.
Yeah, I think it's
like
in
the true
paper.
orange.
Oh, it's probably in the white paper, right?
Paper.
Yeah, it's in our white paper. Yeah, I love the invisible trait, man. And like I said, that was one particularly I feel like we like really focused on, because when we were doing the original curations, saying what we liked and what we didn't like, there was like a process, behind this. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the process. I'm sure it's not like super whatever, but I remember we originally went like maybe choosing like pieces to be invisible and like pieces not to, and it just like was hard to make it work with the ninjas. Do you guys remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've quite expanded on the invisible, the spirit traits here since this Monomi Ninja. So you kind of kicked something off with this, Johan. We've got quite a few options in there now, and it's like now I'm like, damn, I wish I got one of those for my PP. Like that one right there with the halo is like such a grail. I want that one so bad now, but
yeah, man. So I see some of these ninjas coming out. I'm just like, bro, I did not know that was even a possibility. Like, there's been
like
after this, I'll browse Trevor's. Like how he's been kind of doing the palettes filled with like different ones. Like it's been blowing my mind.
Yeah, so, the way he does these palettes, it reminds me so much of Punk's too. And that's one thing I actually told him earlier. And I want to again credit him on the design process for working with me so closely to help build this out. Is that like I love that we don't have. Like every collection seems to do like a bunch of one-of-ones and stuff, but this is like in a lot of ways it does remind me of Punk's because it's just so simple. There's just so many options with such simplicity, and they all have the same background. They're also cohesive. You can print them out or have them on some giant sheet of orange, and they're like all the same. They're all kind of together, but they're all so unique in their own way. It's just something special.
Yeah, like I like how Trevor's been doing these type of color palettes or these type of palettes of like showing like different variations. He's done these a couple times, and like every time he does it, I see like ninjas I've never like this I've like never seen this anomaly before, but I like the combination. Kind of, I don't know, what would you even call this?
Pineapple head.
Yeah, that's the cat. I want that one.
But yeah, it's the cat, but it's like I don't know, it looks extra unique, I guess, because like the stripes and stuff. It's like almost like a
tiger cat with a pineapple.
Yeah, a stripe. We got one there too. That's like I call it calico, where it's kind of like spotted, like a spotted cat. Yeah, there's a couple.
Do you have a Persian?
Out. Yeah, and then
do you have a Persian cat?
We don't. See, another idea that could be.
We have a Pepe. I didn't even know we had a Pepe in here. What? Is that real?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. What? That's crazy, and we work here, Chris.
We've been throwing those out.
That's crazy.
Random. Like if someone requests a frog, like there's an option to request a frog. We've been like kind of throwing the Pepes in there a little bit, like just kind of throw them for a loop, and then so now your options are: do you want the frog or do you want a Pepe? So it's been interesting to see people's selections because sometimes you think you're going to throw them a grail, and you're like, all right, they're automatically going to take this Pepe, or they're automatically going to take the cat. And then they don't. They take a clean ninja, or they take something a little more chill. That's what's blowing me away. Is like it's hard to anticipate people's tastes. Everyone's tastes are so different. And it's really hard to anticipate that. You just kind of give them the 4 options and let them pick. It's awesome.
Look at that Pepe ninja down in the bottom left. That dude looks like he's gonna cut you, man.
Yeah, that looks sick.
That does look sick, man. That's wild. Yeah. So fun fact, I originally like took people's PFPs and like transitioned them to ninjas. So when the process was approaching of like the curation of like doing this for people, I was so excited to have input. And yeah, I got kicked out of the artist group. So I guess my OG transitions just weren't good enough to make the cut.
No.
Was that your vote, Boozy, to throw me out?
We can only have.
It was
10.
all our votes, Chris.
I know, man.
We all voted for that.
I was probably the first one that's like, I'm gonna start transitioning like some like popular profile pictures into like ninjas. So like I started like playing around with it, and then I was like, man, I can't wait to do this on like for our custom ninjas, and they threw me out the group. Even worse, it was even worse than threw me out the group. Asked me to personally leave the group.
Damn,
my opinion was not wanted on these, but it looks like it's for the best because these are sick, man. Is this what? So this is a possible too, like this like pure invisible with a flame. Like that's so sick.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is
that's
now.
sick.
Yeah, it is now.
What?
It wasn't originally a trait that we offered, but again, one of the
Like,
creators.
when do you stop making? I was wondering, when do you start making new traits? Because there's a lot of traits that I have never seen before. Like, because I remember we were selecting these like months ago. None of these traits were there when we selected the ones that was gonna make it. Like, what's going on?
I
You
think
went
we're
on
going to
vacation,
keep adding
man.
traits along the way. I mean, it's like again, we keep getting so many ideas. Like once we're really digging into this, the new ideas pop up, and it's like let's just throw a trait in there and see what happens. And if people like it, if people choose it, it's going in the final gen.
I like this color combination here with the turquoise and the pink and the purple. Pops.
I do too, specifically for the ninjas. I said this on one of our last episodes, but like some of these combinations I would have never expected to work, but they do. Which is probably why I got kicked out of the artist group. But with all that being said, I do want to talk with Johan a little bit. I think we have like 20. Sorry, my kids in the background. I think we do have like 20 minutes left. Last thing I want to say about this is you still have time for the pre-sale 200 through 300. Reminder that Billy got this in one day. In order to be able to qualify for this, all you have to do is go to ninjalerts.com/ordinals. Go to the Ordinals tab, and over here you'll see a way to get points. If you just do these, starting off by just connecting your wallet and then downloading the app, then you can accumulate points, and the points can get you on that top 300, which will allow you to be able to customize one of these ninjas. Again, I apologize about my background right now, but
It's all good. I thought it was my kid too.
She's having a ball back there, Chris.
Yeah, bro. I was trying to talk closer to the mic to drown her out, but this is banter, so it's a little bit more casual. It's not like we're doing a video. But yeah, so if you still want to get top 300, it's not too late. And if you don't get top 300, you can still get that top 1,000. So if you just get the top 1,000, which I mean, like, basically just do the basic steps, maybe a little bit extra, you'll get on that top 1,000 to be able to get on a allow list. So those are your steps. But again, to get top 300 of one of these custom ninjas, you have until November 11th. So be sure to do that. We don't have to be completely done with the art, but again, I do want to talk to Johan a little bit. So now that I officially know that you're with Crypto Banter, that's really cool. I've been actually, I know you saw the video today. I actually used your resource a couple times today.
Crypto Slam, Chris.
Slam, I'm sorry. Crypto Banter.
Banter.
I did.
That's us.
Yeah.
But Crypto Slam is what I meant to say, because I was using the resource today. And I actually have a direct question for you. I didn't even pre-plan this. So when people, the debate right now is like, did Bitcoin NFTs really flip Ethereum NFTs? Because apparently BRC20s count as NFTs. But that can't fully be the case because...
he said apparently.
Well, because
I love the way...
Two things. That can't fully be the case. And it's probably going to sound dumb saying this, but like if Ordi did $600 million in volume, that didn't show, that wasn't in the equation. So is that just for the BRC20s that are traded like a specific way, or how does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't have said it better. It's really simple. The specific way is on chain. So all that stuff that happens on Binance is not on chain, right? So it takes a deposit and then it does it, I guess, in a database somewhere, and then it updates your account and balances. But the stuff that happens on let's say Unisat, it's on chain. So those NFTs are or OKX, those are on chain, and they're NFTs. So there's that as well too. And I think Trevor pointed out the OXBT trading on Blur is the same type of thing. And that's what we've always done on CryptoSlam, is just track NFTs. It could be considered like a DeFi swap or something like that. But in this case, it's an actual NFT that's on chain.
Gotcha. Yeah, because when I was looking at those numbers, it just didn't make sense to me. So Trevor's argument towards like the whole process is that people also trade wrapped OXBT on Blur. So like there are like, Ethereum ways to kind of account for the same volume. That was kind of Trevor's rebuttal to the entire thing. It looks like either way, no matter how you cut the cookie, though, Ordinals have been thriving. I saw another post from somebody else that was saying that even if you cut out all the BRC20 on-chain sales, they still have the number 2 slot. Like, so does that sound right after, working with the data?
Yeah, I believe that was Sheetfu from Magic
Yep.
Eden. Yeah, I think he said it was very close. It was around 2 million. So that would look like it would be, yeah.
Awesome. And it looks like a lot of this uptick was really recently during like this last little craze. How are you feeling about like Ordinals? What's up, Ken?
So wait, Ethereum is still number 1. Is that what that says right there?
Yeah. A lot of the
okay.
screenshots happened a day or two ago. From the
because I saw it on my timeline. There was a lot of people saying, "Oh, did you get this on your timeline? Oh, you thought Ordinals were dead? Oh, we're number 1 now." Some bullshit like that just flowed around my timeline the whole day, bro. So that was temporary.
Hey, to be fair, look at this watch trading, man. 40% of, according to CryptoSlam, 40% of this total volume in Ethereum in the last 24 hours is wash trades.
Yeah, it's usually about that. Yeah, if you look at right below it on Bitcoin, there's 0. It's too expensive to wash trade on Bitcoin, to be honest.
I was wondering why there's such a big difference there.
Yeah, it's just who knows? There's a lot of infrastructure built up on ETH. There could be people with bots that have been running for a while, just part of the ecosystem, market making and things like that. So, yeah.
So you think a lot of those like wash trades also maybe come from like Blur, like people farming, like either people farming airdrops or people farming like Blur bids or whatever the latest farm is?
Yeah, we have our algorithm which determines whether or not it's a wash trade or not. Pretty much like if we decide that, or if we think that the person is not making that trade to actually hold a position in that for a certain amount of time, that's when we flag it as a wash trade. So there's that. And yeah, there's always been a high percentage on Ethereum.
That's wild, man. So it's just, I think the conclusion that Ken is driving is that Ethereum was the test net for Bitcoin.
Yeah, it certainly looked like that yesterday with Bitcoin.
Yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
What about today, though? Are we talking about yesterday or every day?
Well, the thing is like a lot of that volume is driven by the BRC20s, and what's happening is like once the trading goes offline, like with indexers from Unisat or Binance, that trading doesn't happen on chain anymore, which is extremely, I guess, expensive. So maybe the activity is still happening, but it's just not happening right on the main layer. But JPEG trading is definitely going to catch up. I'll tell you that. Like I've been an Ordinal fan since February when I got in. But yeah, I think trading is just getting started on Bitcoin.
Is ERC20s also counted into the volume of these?
No.
Only BRC20?
Well, ERC20s are on Ethereum. The BRC20 stuff is counted if it's on chain on Bitcoin.
Yeah, that was my original. So it's hard to, they're not like Binance's volume wasn't counted because that was like $600 million, so like that's not counted towards this. So it's a pretty significant amount that's not counted. So that's the whole debate, I guess, is like how much specifically was counted versus what wasn't counted.
There was also a tweet put out by Bitcoin Rocks, and they replied to one of the threads saying like, well, we just facilitated an over-the-counter deal for so-and-so BTC, and that wasn't counted, so it all kind of balances out anyways. So that's that was an interesting comment.
So do OTC deals don't track on here?
Oh, I mean, how could they, right? Like,
no.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking when I said. I was thinking just not using a marketplace, but yeah, that makes sense. It's cool. I really just recently started using CryptoSlam, and I really like the data that you guys provide.
Yeah, thanks. It gives us that multi-chain perspective, and that's what
Mhm.
people come to us for. So,
Man, like better than anybody, like because I've used Dune for a while, and I really like Dune, but like it's just hard for me to find like organized, like clear stats of like everything that's going on, like specifically like what like before I heard about CryptoSlam, when if I was looking to compare like this specific thing, like Ethereum NFT sales versus like Bitcoin. There, I mean, like there's very like few limited resources online that would give me like clear indicators of like this style of sales wash and stuff like that. And I've used a lot of other tools too, but yeah, I like that it's all put together.
Right. I got a better question. So why do we hate wash trading again?
yeah, you want me to answer that, Chris? Or
All of you could answer that.
You got it.
okay. I don't think it's a matter of hating. I think it's just a matter of like finding out what the organic sort of trading is. Like if we're pretending that a whole bunch of wash trading is actually trading, that's real trading that's happening between parties that want to hold an actual position in a project or NFT, then it's probably not the right metric. But wash trading definitely shows like there's some activity happening. I don't know, bot reasons or whatever. So it's not really a hate thing. It's just more of like, is this chain going to dunk on another chain if they're just like, I guess, not real trades that are happening. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
inorganic activity. I mean, it's equivalent to like with content, like paying for views or like like getting fake views. So like when you get like fake views or like how people bought Twitter Spaces or whatever it is, like that might also make other people want to FOMO in because they see the action
Right.
going on. So maybe it will attract more.
Yes. Go on.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like if there's that many like not real sales, you're just passing around the same money to yourself or to like a group of people or yourself using bots. So it's just not organic. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's needed for the ecosystem. Maybe bots are needed to operate the internet. I have no freaking idea.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest celebrities, all of them have bot farms that boost their sales. Like music industry, that's a normal practice.
Some of the biggest.
So is it needed?
Some of the biggest Web2 corporations have not gone through the most ethical means to get to where they're at. Trevor is really good at
which one?
Like I said, Trevor's really good at like Uber, Airbnb. I'm trying to think exactly what they did. They did something to do with like I don't want to like put dirt on their name, especially on a podcast that's not my own. You can just look it up though. And then there's obvious ones like Nike. I mean, look at their production, or at least their past production.
I saw a recent video you posted reviewing some Nike shoes recently, Chris.
Yeah, bro. You want to see them? You want to rate them, kid?
Yes.
Oh, which ones did you get?
Check this out. So these are dot swoosh. This is NFT shoes, and it says at the side of them, it says, "Why is it not focusing?" It
There
says,
you go.
"You see what that says? This is not a JPEG."
Oh my god.
It's dot swoosh, man. This is official NFT shoes, bro. Ken's
oh no!
Jealous on another level, bro.
Oh no! What are those?
I have to say, Bitcoin doesn't have this
what
yet.
are those, Chris?
Don't make me bust out my NFT Puma shoes, man. That's a whole.
I like the Puma. I like the Puma, but those.
What? Bro, these match your glasses, man. Like if you wore these,
nah, throw them in the trash, bro.
Bro, you don't like those, Ken?
In the trash, bro. Straight up in the trash, bro. Don't do that. It disrespected the ones, bro.
When orange pill shoes, man. When Bitcoin NFT shoes. Get my ninja.
Chris, imagine this, right? Imagine it. You like dogs, right?
Sure.
Do you like dogs?
Yeah.
What are your 2 favorite dog breeds?
Man, you put me on the spot like that. I don't know, man.
You like German Shepherds, Yorkies? Like, give me two dog breeds you like.
Bro, this is a hard question, man. This is the hardest question I've been asked this week.
Small, medium, or big? There
Small,
you go.
medium, or large. I like medium and large dogs.
There you go.
Medium and large dogs?
Yeah.
Okay. Now imagine this, right? Since you're looking for a dog and you like medium and large dogs, I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna go get 2 dogs, one medium, one large, take their heads off and sew them together and give it to
man,
you.
it's got dark quick. I thought we were like talking about like
Right?
stuff, man.
That's what them shoes just did to the black and the white ones, man. You don't do that, bro.
Oh, these are
Took
nice.
both their heads off, bro. You can't do that.
Shoes, man. It's all good. It's all good.
You can't do that. You can't mix the black and white Air Force Ones. Those 2 different energies, Chris.
Hey, man. I'm just representing the
Can't
dots.
do that. Now, I mean, if it was all white with that blue around it, then it'll be dope. Or all black, but you can't mix match those colors. That's
I tell you,
That's
if
disrespectful.
I go to Miami, and you guys run into me, I'm going to be wearing those shoes. It's the only shoes I'm wearing in Miami.
yeah. I mean, you could wear them. Just I'm gonna point at them and say, "What are those, Chris?"
I'll be repping them, man. I'll be repping them.
No, we're just bantering out here, man. So, have you, Johan? You went to a recent event lately, right? Like, were you in
Yeah, I went to
Amsterdam or Amsterdam? How was it?
Oh, it was amazing. I met Trevor there.
Really?
Yeah, I met
I didn't
Trevor
see
there.
photos with you and Trevor.
I
I saw
have it in
photos
my
with you and
phone.
everybody. Where's?
I have
Oh,
one with
okay.
Trevor here. Yeah, I didn't feel like pimping out that photo. That was not one. But when we saw each other, man, we gave each other a hug because like he was one of the first guys I sort of like connected with in the space when this stuff was blowing up. So I really do appreciate his like his friendship there too. So it was awesome to meet people like that in real life.
Did you go to any parties, or are you the party after hours type, or no?
Oh yeah, man! I went to every single part except the Taproot Wizards. I was all burnt out by that time.
What? That would have
Mm.
been number 2 on my list, number 3 on my list.
Yeah, I know. I was bummed that I couldn't make it, but I was like, man, I've been to 3 parties in a row. I was like, I can't do this party now.
I wish I could have made Amsterdam, man, but that would have been way too hard to swing. Johan, are you gonna be at Miami?
Probably not. That trip was pretty tough on my family, like being overseas like that. So I'm probably gonna lay low. I got a
get it.
2-year-old and
Me too.
Oh, do you?
Well, she just turned 3, and then I have a 1-year-old. So yeah, I got a
Okay.
1-year-old and a 3-year-old now.
Yeah. So I can't leave the wife. Like, I mean, I just have 1 2-year-old and another big one, but you know how it is. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
gotta
Well,
pick
yeah.
and choose.
For sure.
I am
man.
planning to go to Nashville though. And bring him down there for next summer.
What's in Nashville?
Bitcoin Amsterdam. No, sorry, Bitcoin Nashville. Or
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I've never been to that. I went to Art Basel last year, and I really enjoyed it. And then I kind of went to Consensus in Austin just because it's drivable for me. But I really just went to like one Gamma party over there. Boozy, you weren't there, were you? I'm gonna be upset if you were there.
What the
The Gamma party.
Might be.
Were you at Consensus in Austin?
no. I stay Florida local.
Oh, Florida local.
I
That's
stay
nice.
around here, yeah.
I mean,
So, guys, oh, go ahead.
Let me see. It's blurring out. That's me
Yeah,
and
it's
Trevor
blurring
if you can't see it. But,
can't
Your
see
green
now.
screen kind of.
yeah, my green
Trevor,
screen.
yeah.
Trevor used this AI technology to where if you try to show his face, it
It's canceling me as we speak.
it
Right?
will-
So,
anytime something pops up, it's either going to blur it out or it's going to show his ninja from the rest of eternity. It's engraved like that on the chain, man.
Yeah. So
Tech.
I was wondering, this Shinobi, what's going on? He thinks art on Bitcoin is useless. Is that what's going on? Is that the news you wrote down, Chris?
Who?
What's his Twitter handle now?
It's on your news. Shinobi. What are you? Are you not looking at the
Shinobi. Who's that?
Yeah, Shinobi. This is what Chris wrote. All right, you guys can. I'm gonna expose you, Chris. I'm gonna expose. Chris wrote, These are the topics that he wrote that we're going to talk about today, right? He wrote
private notes, man, that they're reading out loud, man.
Nah, you said Shinobi thinks most Ordinal art use cases are silly. That's what you wrote, Chris.
Bro, came out of left field with that one. I don't know, man.
He's
So who
definitely
the
not a
hell is
pizza
Shinobi,
ninja,
though?
right?
What's that?
Nah, bro.
No, he's not a pizza ninja.
You just got a ninja name.
But is that a real person though, Chris?
I don't know.
Why'd you write this? You wrote this. What's going on?
Oh man, we're just
Like he put list of topics. Shinobi said. That's what it said. Okay, all right. Let's move on from the inside joke. Let's talk about art on Bitcoin. What do you guys see as the future of art on Bitcoin? Because I remember onboarding a lot of artists to Ethereum. It made sense at the time. What's the use case other than IPFS?
It's that immutability, right?
Yeah. And low file sizes now, right, Boozy?
Yeah. No, it's the immutability part. That's what really makes it so special. I mean, it's kind of like in a way tiring of saying that over and over again, but it's so true. It's so important, It's like there's just no other way to really store art, indefinitely. Like I can't think of another way that really works unless you want to physically put art in a physical vault somewhere. The second best option, I think, is doing it on Bitcoin. We have a long way to go, obviously, with the file compression and ways of getting creative to put art on work. But I even really see physical art on Bitcoin being a thing where, you have a physical piece, but you have the certificate of authenticity on Bitcoin so that it can't be destroyed or lost. And that's something that I can't believe hasn't been done. I mean, I think it probably has been done by now, but I'm surprised it's not more of a mainstream concept. But, I'm also a Bitcoiner. I've been, addicted to Bitcoin for a long time. So it might take a little more time for it to become a mainstream concept. But I definitely see a spillover in the next 5 years or so of art on Bitcoin into the mainstream physical art realm for preserving that art for sure.
We saw like a kind of a similarity, but like larger scale. So it wouldn't be ideal for Bitcoin with Pokemon cards recently. First on Courtyard and this is on ETH, and then on Magic Eden, to where essentially you would mint it and you would have that like certificate on chain to be redeemed at any given time, like if you wanted to like burn it for the card. So it's a little different concept. It's not really like a proof of ownership. Well, it's a proof of ownership until redemption for that. So I know it might not be the same like one of one, like I own the certificate that you're speaking of, but it was an interesting like physical use of the blockchain. And I think where that would come into play is if like your country like restricts you from using like third-party services, you'd be able to own it on chain and trade it on chain without the like concern of your country like banning that. Because I know like one of the concern, and this might be too deep into this like rabbit hole, but one of the concerns originally was like, well, basically eBay does this already because they kind of have like this whole escrow system to where you own the like rights to the card before you like actually like redeem the card. But it being on chain offers like a variety of like other like, bonuses to it besides the fact that it's on chain, and that's pretty much immutable. Not quite as immutable as Bitcoin, but more immutable than like a centralized random website. But anyways, I feel like that'd be maybe a little bit too large scale for Bitcoin to handle though, unless you start going into L2s, something like Pokemon cards.
Curious to see the L2 situation kind of pop off as well. Like I know, but nobody really wants to. Well, I say nobody, but I feel like a lot of people don't want to use L2s. You want to keep it on chain as with the native chain as possible. But I do with these fees. L2s are looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and they'll probably look better and better, in my opinion, until the more the chain gets used. Because I've already experienced, I'm not a crypto OG like a lot of you guys, but I did experience last run when things were expensive, and man, it's hard to use the chain when it's super expensive. It's going to make you want to go elsewhere. Like I found myself using Polygon a lot more, Immutable X a lot more as a user of the chains, opposed to ETH last run. So I don't know. I'm a lot more into Bitcoin than I ever was. So I'm very interested to see like my own like style of buying and trading and interacting, if I'll kind of be relying on L2s more.
Yeah. And I'm surprised to see, I mean, on the on the Crypto Slam site with the decline in Bitcoin volume. I mean, do we think that's like just a result of the fees being so high? People aren't trading right now. I wonder if that'll spill over into, because in the art side, I feel like there's not a lot of art or a lot of trading anyway, because not really a flippers thing. They're really flipping art, right? But I'm just kind of curious if this will affect the art market. I mean, we at Counterfeit Culture, we do a card drop every week, and it was like, I honestly expected a bit of a slowdown from the fees, but there wasn't. I thought maybe we'd get to public, but no, people were still minting. They didn't care much about the fees. But again, these people aren't really typically going to be flipping those art pieces. They're going to be holding on to them. So maybe it makes more sense to continue to play in the art market, regardless of the fees being high. It's hard on the artist, though. Hard for us to put art on chain for sure. It's hurting my wallet to try to put anything on chain right now. But I do kind of appreciate that barrier to entry as well. I mean, it kind of keeps those who are serious about their art here and they're willing to pay that price to put the art on chain, and it kind of weeds out those that are just here to maybe, grift to make a quick buck.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And you guys, during the 2 sats per VB times, you guys were minting a lot of stuff. So congrats on that. You and Prism did a great job. I was following along what you guys have been doing. So
yeah, poor Prism right now. I know he's watching the fee calculator and the mempool.space, probably every 5 minutes looking for an opportunity to slip something through. We're just kind of like, feel like our hands are tied. But like I said, I think it's a good opportunity, like for me anyway, put my head down and get some work done.
yeah, you made a good point about that. Like that is exactly what you need to do at this time, is just kind of make stuff, because when the times were of the low sat rates were there, you were thinking that you had to rush, right? And probably didn't get the type of work that you wanted to really get out there. But now you can just focus on it. So
oh yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've been working on a piece, or even helping with the compression that I do for our card drops each week. That's a mastery in its own, is getting the compression right. And I'm trying to get it to work the way I want it. And I'm very picky about it. I want it a certain way. And I've got Prism in the back, like, hey, the fees are too. Get it me now. Let's do it now. Let's drop it right now. Let's put it on chain now. I'm like, no, I need a minute. And then sure enough, it's like ramps up to like 50, SAT VB. I'm like, oops, sorry.
are you using Pied Piper for compression?
Man, I need some Richard Hendricks in my life, man.
Pied Piper, what's that? R. Kelly?
That's
what's going on?
You would tell him about the beauty of Pied Piper.
What the hell is?
That's just a joke from the show Silicon Valley. Yeah, there you go.
It's phenomenal. You got to watch it.
No, I've watched the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. It's a good show. It ran out after like 4 or 5 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty dope show.
Yeah, they called image compression, way before we all thought of it now. So we kind of need it now, to be honest.
For sure.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah,
so
for Bitcoin.
We basically covered all bases from our topic list. So we went over the ninjas art. We went over.
What are you talking about, Shinobi, Chris?
Who? I'm just kidding.
Shinobi, bro. He made me sound like I was on something else, bro.
I'll leave Shinobi's opinion on Bitcoin Ordinals as a teaser for our next episode. We did talk about BRC20s, like causing some of the Bitcoin volume. And of course, we had Johan from Crypto Slam here tonight, and Boozy, 2 amazing guests. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Trying to orange pill Gordon Goner. I'm just going to leave it just open for about a minute if you guys want to say any last words. And then I'm going to play our really dope trailer for our Ninja Ordinals portfolio tracker. Got to play that at least once per show just because it's so cool. If you guys haven't used our portfolio tracker yet, you got to check it out, especially right now because things are pumping. It's always better to look at charts when things are going up. At least that's my experience. But any final words before I play this?
No, guys, thanks for having me on the show. It's been fun hanging out, chatting with you guys. I'm sure I'll see you all around very soon. But like I said, it's a good time for me to put my head down. So I'm going to get right back to work. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, same here. Thanks for having me, guys. And Chris, have a good time in Miami.
I'm not 100% sure if I'm going yet, but if I do go, I will. And I'll send you a docs video of Boozy as well.
Sounds
Nice.
good. I'll see you there.
Johan, it's great to meet you, man. Hope your 2-year-old as well. Hope you're getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
Lucy. Hope you're getting enough sleep from doing all your artist endeavors and working with the ninjas. Thanks so much, guys. And with that, I'm going to end off with our promotional. That's I love. Here, let me go ahead and close off the screen. And here we go.
So we're gonna stay here and watch it with you, or is this a reaction shit? What's going on? I thought it was playing us off. What the hell is this?
We're all watching this together, Ken.
I'm enjoying the music.
Oh shit! I thought you was playing us off. Yo, this is weak, bro.
I love Ken's reaction video. All right, there's the Ordinals